Hello, this is Moses again, with 15 important considerations for those who are using or plan on using less lethal devices for their home defense. Number 1. Contrary to a million Hollywood TV and movies, you can't expect to be awakened from your sleep by an intruder making a loud noise entering or moving around your home. If they know someone is home, give them credit to be as quiet as ninjas. The bottom line is, get an effective alarm system. Otherwise, it is pot luck whether the intruder will attack you and others in the house or steal a few things and leave. In either case, without an early warning, you and your less lethal devices will be of no consequence to the invader. Number 2. Warning signs may be an effective deterrent for hooligan teens and other criminal opportunists looking for an easy target. The professional home invader, however, might feel that the chance of picking up a cache of firearms may be worth the risk. They will also know to come armed for the occasion. Number 3. Lots of our more affluent neighbors feel that because they are in a gated community, or in a secure building, or occupy a high floor with no street accessibility, that they are safe from an home invader. When the famous criminal John Dillinger was asked why did he rob banks, his answer was, because that's where the money is. If you have money and other possessions worth stealing, all security obstacles may be overcome by determined thieves. In the end, it is always only you who can truly protect yourself and loved ones. Number 4. This is one of the most important points of the 15. As a less lethal defender, it is critical that you hamper the entry of an intruder via sturdy doors and windows where possible. The next line of defense is to have an alarm system that will detect an attempted intrusion. This gives you time to execute your home defense plan. The third line of defense are cameras, which can help you see who is trying to gain entry and where they are trying to enter. You don't want to get into a confrontation with an intruder or intruders unless absolutely necessary. Number 5. Whether you live in a multi-story home or a rancher, you must identify a point where the intruder must pass through, exposed, to get to you and your sequestered loved ones. This point is commonly called a choke point. It is the only place where a less lethal defender will have a chance to slow or stop the advance of an intruder or intruders. If the intruders are armed with firearms, you will, at best, be able to get a few shots at them before immediately heading to your safe room. Thinking you can stand your ground with your launcher against assailants armed with firearms is a fool's errand. Number 6. If a criminal sets off an alarm before gaining entry to your home, he is likely to abandon the effort and run off. This is especially true if he knows someone is home, even if he is armed with a firearm. Attention and time are the enemies of the home invader. Number 7. If an intruder gets this close to you in a compromising position, even if only armed with a knife, it is unlikely that you will escape a confrontation unharmed if you have a firearm. If you only have a less lethal, you are very likely to come up very short. Number 8. You must have a safe room in your dwelling. I don't mean an official vault like safe rooms that the rich can have built. I mean some normal room in the home where the door and windows are fortified against easy access. Your defense plan should have all occupants of your home trained to head for this safe room immediately upon hearing an alarm going off or other warning. You should have your most powerful, less lethal arsenal here, with something for everyone if there are others, in addition to you, living there. Number 9. The nightmare scenario is the situation where your home is being invaded and your family has not all retreated to the safe room. You, at that point, have to seek out the intruder or intruders. It doesn't matter whether the intruder or intruders are armed with crowbars, knives, or firearms. Your task will be daunting to say the least. You might want to think about point 12 in this presentation. Number 10. As a less lethal defender, you have to get out of your head the concept that pain and even broken bones is going to stop the charge of an assailant. Secondly, we have to understand that the charge will almost always be a maximum of 20 feet, and usually much less. Your role is deliver as much damage that can be done in a quick salvo, then head to the safe room. This is when the assailant's pain and possible injuries will cause them to retreat. If they have a firearm, they will fire at you until they are unconscious, so shoot and run for your life to your safe room. Number 11. The caption says it all. You have to be very lucky. Number 12. If there aren't going to be any firearms in your home, you might want to consider other devices that are less lethal than a firearm, but perhaps more lethal than a less lethal launcher. The combination of a powerful, less lethal pistol and a more lethal device might be something to consider, especially if you are likely going to have to seek out intruders as opposed to head for the safe room. Number 13. What do you carry when you answer the door? Some people put a launcher near the door. This is only a possibility if you have no children. The main thing to consider is the times when you will open your door for a legitimate reason, like to receive a package or talk to a known neighbor, etc. If you are rushed by assailants in hiding, is there time for you to retrieve your nearby launcher, charge it, and meet your assailants before they have breached the doorway? You might want to consider concealed carrying a less lethal device in your home. This could be a launcher or a taser. Number 13. If you can't hit your target, which is likely to be moving, it doesn't matter what weapon you have. Those who think they will be able to hit an attacking intruder in the face or head under the most stressful situation of their life are optimistic, to say the least. There are thousands of videos on YouTube of shootouts between criminals and private citizens and criminals and the police. The whole exchange is usually over in seconds, and very rarely is anyone hit in the face or head, and even then, by chance, as opposed to from aiming. Number 14. You might want to consider shooting at the blue arrow regions rather than center mass or red arrow areas for the unarmed assailant. This is not for humanitarian reasons, but because pain will not halt the attack, and you will probably miss the red flag areas. Hitting the blue arrow areas may slow or stop the charge, not because of pain, but because it may cause the assailants to stumble and possibly fall. Hitting the hands or arms may hinder their ability to effectively wield the weapon even if right on top of you. If confronted by armed assailants, you would fire at the red flag areas, then run for the safe room. They might not know you have a less lethal and not a firearm and retreat while returning fire. Although red dots, laser, scopes are useless in a home invasion encounter, the red dot and laser could be used as a bluff. You flash the red dot or laser and fire, then run. Unless you have known wealth by the assailants, they won't want to proceed. Above all else, practice, practice, practice. Number 15. Because less lethal launchers are gas-powered via CO2, compressed air, or nitrogen. They incorporate valves and seals in the form of O-rings to operate. No matter how well you maintain them, they are subject to fail at any time. There is no way around this fact. You might, therefore, always plan on having a backup for any confrontation that may happen. When I say backup, I mean on or with you. I don't mean run back to your arsenal and grab another launcher.
Hi, this is Carlotta with a few of our favorite, less lethal, YouTubers. Rune Rebel, the man, the myth, the legend. The Iron Man of less lethal launcher testing, Jeff McKay, of Umareg's T4E less lethal home defense. Last, but not least is Scaredy Cat, himself, anything but scared to tell it like it is.